proposed appearance. In 1968, Citroën experienced a round of merger mania. The Italian Fiat company bought a 15% stake in Citroën, despite the protest of the French government. And Citroën bought a majority holding in the Maserati company. The Maserati merger gave Citroën the expertise it needed to complete yet another ambitious and risky venture, the development of a luxury coupe. Within 2 years, the SM was ready for introduction. It was a car of which André Citroën would certainly have approved. The SM was the fastest Citroën ever built, with a 2.7-litre Maserati V6 engine capable of speeds up to 142 miles an hour.
The SM is very much like the DS in that it has a very similar suspension. A lot of the engineering principles are very much the same, very aerodynamic. The principal difference is in the engine, which in the DS is a little bit underpowered. This one, on the other hand, has 3/4 of a Maserati V8 under the hood and is very responsive to the throttle. That just makes it more fun to drive.
Besides its powerful engine, the SM also offered unusual self-centering power steering, along with Citroën's very first 5-speed transmission, and from 1972, electronic fuel injection. A winning competitor from its very first year, the SM represented the apex of Citroën engineering.
The technology they have been using is by concept 50 years old and only now showing up in what we consider domestic vehicles today. The technology is an engineer's dream. Even aircraft don't have quality like this. They left the original extra quality without attempting to cut down on the cost. This is why I feel that when you produce a machine with this quality, it is a prototype. It is not a mass-produced machine.
Indeed, the SM was also the most expensive Citroën ever built, priced at £5,500, in an era when a Cadillac Coupe de Ville cost $4,700. When the gas crisis of the early 70s completely changed the sales environment, the days of the fuel-guzzling SM were numbered. In 1973, Fiat sold its stake in Citroën, and 2 years later, Citroën sold Maserati, marking the end of the line for the SM. Only 13,000 were ever built. 1975 also brought the close of the whole DS line, after 20 years and 1.5 million cars sold. Since then, the company has been acquired by Peugeot, which has had a steadying influence on Citroën's management and fortunes. Citroën has had continuing success over the years, introducing its new lines throughout the world, except in the American marketplace, which they've largely avoided. Those winning lines include the CX, which replaced the DS series, the GS, the AX, the XM, and now the Xantia, among others. They've done well for the company. Their continuing success has, in a sense, vindicated André Citroën's audacious design philosophy.
It certainly was distressing to his company, perhaps to his shareholders, to see so much put on the line. But I think it goes back to who did he pick to carry out his ideas? Who did he pick to execute his ideas? And so maybe it wasn't such a great gamble. If you went to the casinos and knew the croupier was going to be very friendly to you, it's not as much of a gamble there. And in this case, for Citroën, the croupiers were his engineers who did well. And I think that instills an ethic in a company, and so probably long after he was gone, the engineers and their disciples who were there continued in the same vein.
André Citroën's chancy approach to car making may not always have been understood or appreciated in its day. But the proof that it was basically sound is that 60-odd years later, John and Bill and millions of other Citroën owners are still enjoying the fruits of André Citroën's daring imagination.
Na de onderbreking volgt Discovery de bouw van de Oriana's, werelds grootste en meest luxueuze cruiseschip.